manager talks to 90% of my clients. We make that introduction to them.
Out of all the mansions, the Breakers is like the place.
It is.
I bought it from the niece, and the niece said that her uncle wouldn't let anyone in the car unless they had their shoes off.
Wayne Carini, the star of Chasing Classic Cars, has always been a favorite for all car lovers everywhere. His talent for finding and fixing up rare cars has made him a TV icon. But behind the scenes, his life hasn't been as smooth as the old cars he works on. Personal struggles, business challenges, and twists no one saw coming have left fans wondering, what's really going on with Wayne Carini? So, what really happened to Wayne Carini from Classic Cars? The truth behind the man who made old cars cool might be more shocking than you think. Join us as we unveil the details. What happened to Wayne Carini from Chasing Classic Cars? Wayne Carini, a well-known car expert, got into legal trouble over some car deals. One big case was about a rare 1934 Pierce Arrow coupe. The problem started in 2010 when Robert Richmond, a collector from Australia, paid $98,000 for the car. Carini closed the deal through a man named Gary Dixo. Gary, however, kept the car and signed the paperwork under his own name instead of giving it to Robert. Years later, in 2017, Gary sold the car without telling Robert because he was having money problems. Wayne Carini got involved when he was asked to check the car's value. He said it was worth between $110,000 and $120,000 and later bought it himself. At the time, Wayne thought all the papers were legal, but later, it turned out that Gary had faked the documents so he could sell the car. In 2018, Robert took the case to court. He sued Wayne, F40 Motorsports, and others. The case looked at whether Gary really owned the car when he sold it. After a lot of investigation, the court found that Wayne had done nothing wrong. However, in order to resolve the matter, he still had to assist in returning funds. This case demonstrated the difficulty of dealing in vintage cars. If people believe the incorrect materials, even professionals like Wayne can fall victim to scams. This case was bad for Wayne's company, F40 Motorsports. Trust is important in the world of old cars. Customers want to be sure that vehicles have real ownership documents and a clean past. Some ask questions about how well Wayne checked the cars he bought in light of this case. Later, he told the Hartford Courant that car dealers have to rely on documents to prove a car's history. But sometimes, those documents can be fake. How did another high-profile dispute further challenge Wayne Carini's reputation and reveal deeper issues within his business operations? Keep watching to find out. The Lamborghini dispute and business reputation. Wayne's business had other problems too. In 2011, a buyer complained about a 2007 Lamborghini Gallardo. The car was advertised with a special luggage set worth about $88,000. The buyer was excited about the deal. But when the car arrived, the luggage set was missing. The buyer tried to fix the issue with F40 Motorsports for months, but got little response. Frustrated, the buyer took legal action. On a website called Lamborghini Talk, they said F40 Motorsports took weeks to reply. In the end, the problem was solved outside of court. The missing luggage and an extra key were sent to the buyer through FedEx. Even though the case was settled, the slow response made people question F40 Motorsports' customer service. These legal problems affected Wayne's reputation. Being part of multiple lawsuits, even if he wasn't guilty, made some collectors and clients unsure about him. People have asked questions if auto dealers properly check vehicles' history before selling them, particularly in light of the Pierce Arrow case. Wayne didn't mean to do anything that is not lawful, but the case shows how simple it is to fall for a bad offer. The way F40 Motorsports managed consumer complaints was another issue raised by the Lamborghini lawsuit. Some customers posted on forums that even though the company was reliable, it was always busy. In costly transactions, minor errors can somehow lead to serious issues. The cases suggested that F40 Motorsports may have been having trouble managing the sales of luxury cars, even though no one accused Wayne of lying. News about these cases spread, even though they weren't the biggest scandals in the car world. Even small setbacks can make buyers look for other dealers. To fix this, Wayne had to make changes in how he did business. He started being more careful with paperwork, made things more open for buyers, and customer communication better. Wayne had to rethink how F40 Motorsports operated. These legal fights showed how mistakes, even small ones, can lead to big problems in the classic car world. Even after fixing things, some clients still had doubts about him. Experts in car law say that every deal should have strong paperwork, clear talks between buyers and sellers, and proper title checks. Wayne's issues showed that even experts could miss warning signs if they accept the wrong material. Even though these problems had a bad effect on Wayne's firm, he learned from them. Instead of providing explanations, he made an effort to rebuild trust. His story showed that no matter how successful one is, mistakes can still happen. In the end, what matters is how an individual handles such mistakes. Wayne's legal troubles go beyond financial matters and documentation. They showed how fragile self-confidence in the auto repair industry can be. If a well-respected dealer like Wayne could get caught in a messy legal case, then anyone could. That is why so many people in the industry followed this case closely. Wayne's experience also made other car dealers rethink how they do business. Many of them began to handle papers with extra caution. Before closing a deal, they also took sure to do more in-depth research on each car's history. The industry as a whole was awakened by this. Wayne did not allow these difficulties to deter him. He demonstrated that he was still among the top in the industry by continuing to work in the auto restoration industry. In order to prevent a recurrence of this kind of incident, he made sure to enhance his business procedures. People gradually began to trust Wayne once more. He put a lot of effort into repairing his damaged reputation. He demonstrated his willingness to put things right by being forthright about his shortcomings. In the end, this helped him earn back the trust of collectors and car lovers. Even one mistake, even if it is unintentional, can create huge problems. But what really matters is how a person responds to those challenges. Wayne faced his problems head-on and used them to grow and improve. The legal troubles were tough, but Wayne's dedication to the classic car world never changed. He learned from these experiences and made sure that his business was stronger because of them. His story serves as a lesson for everyone in the industry about the importance of honesty, careful documentation, and good customer service. Having laid the groundwork for his love of cars, how did Wayne Carini's personal journey and his father's influence ultimately shape his path into the automotive industry? Let's find out. Wayne Carini, early career years, and passion for cars. Wayne Carini's love for cars was not just a part-time interest. It was a deep part of the way he was brought up, and also part of his personal experiences. From a young age, he was covered by the sounds of engines and the scent of motor oil, thanks to his father, who was deeply involved in the car industry. This early experience of the world of cars played a very important role in shaping Wayne's future, laying a strong foundation for what would finally become a lifelong dream with classic and old cars. After finishing his education at Central Connecticut State University, Wayne found himself at a certain point in life. He might have chased a steady career in academics, and his degree in art education gave him a lot of teaching clients. But in his heart, he longed for something completely different, something that was more in line with the interest he had carried in him since he was a young boy. When his father, Bob Carini, realized that his son was very loyal, and also how much he loved cars, he made a decision that would change his life at this important time. To add to the fact that he was providing his son with a means of income, Bob started a fire that would drive Wayne's amazing career in the car industry for years to come by giving him half of the family's business. Wayne's change from art teacher to a car freak and expert seemed hard to avoid, regardless of the fact that it happened slowly. His natural love for car repair and maintenance was noticed by others in his close area, including his classmates and the family business. Wayne was always seen working with engines, working on mechanical parts, or having serious talks with other car lovers about the hard structure of old cars, even in his free time. Everyone who knew him knew he had a deep love for old cars. During one of these informal but intense discussions, Wayne attracted the interest of Jim Ostrowski, a longtime vintage vehicle enthusiast. Jim immediately recognized something special in Wayne, a raw, untapped potential just waiting to be unleashed. With years of experience under his belt, Jim saw Wayne's passion and technical expertise as a combination that could lead to something extraordinary. Encouraging him to explore the realm of vintage car restoration and collection, Jim played a pivotal role in shaping Wayne's perspective on the industry. Initially, the idea of venturing into the business of hunting down and restoring vintage automobiles seemed far-fetched to Wayne. The notion of traveling across the country in search of rare and elusive cars appeared more like a romanticized dream rather than a viable career path. However, Jim's unwavering belief in Wayne's abilities, coupled with his encouragement, gradually wore down Wayne's skepticism. What once seemed like an impractical aspiration soon began to take form as a real possibility. Decades later, after Wayne had firmly established himself in the automotive industry, Jim unexpectedly reappeared in his life with a proposition that would once again change everything. Even though Wayne initially had his doubts, he could not ignore the pull of destiny. With a mixture of trepidation and excitement, he made the decision to embark on yet another new chapter in his automotive journey. It was a defining moment that would set the stage for what was to come. After establishing his deep passion for cars and gaining invaluable experience, how did Wayne Carini's journey take a new direction, leading him to create and host Chasing Classic Cars? Stay tuned for more. The journey to hosting the show, Chasing Classic Cars. While Wayne and Jim were talking about the next stage of their business, they were wondering where it should go. Even though they both agreed that the main focus would not be on performance, they were not totally sure how the program would grow. Wayne and Jim decided to take a chance, regardless of their fears. Even though they knew that the ending could be any way, they thought it was important to give the business a shot. They went ahead with a mix of happiness and focus, and they were ready to welcome the chances regardless of whether they succeed or fail. Not sure of what was ahead, they brought Chasing Classic Cars into the public eye with their idea in place. To their shock, the first response was more than what they expected. Audiences bonded with the show's real storytelling, its deep dive into car history, and Wayne's skills that cannot be denied in car repair. Viewers were caught by the behind-the-scenes look into the world of classic car collecting, as well as the interesting journey of repairing the rare car treasures. As anticipation for the show grew, a dedicated team quickly came together, united in their shared mission to unearth rare gems with rich histories. With every episode, Chasing Classic Cars showed the viewers not only the beauty and skill of repairing old cars, but also the hard work, loyalty, and hard processes behind their repair. The show's appeal goes beyond just car lovers. It drew in audiences amazed by history, skills, and the art of renewing items. Wayne's journey, which had started with a simple love for cars in his father's garage, had now turned into something far bigger than he had ever thought about. His skills, added with his real interest, made Chasing Classic Cars a big success. The show made his image stand as one of the most respected figures in the classic car repair industry. Through each episode, Wayne not only shared his knowledge, but also made others appreciate and keep the rich legacy of old cars. With time, Wayne's connection in the industry grew even stronger. He became more than just a repairer. He became a voice to trust and an expert everyone knew in the car world. Collectors, experts, and even newcomers to the hobby looked for his opinion and skills. His skills to check, repair, and bring cars back to life gave him a loyal following of lovers who respected both his skills and his deep understanding of the car industry. While Chasing Classic Cars put Wayne into fame, he stayed loyal in his love for cars. Regardless of the success and fame, his main passion never changed. His mission stayed the same: to keep and celebrate the history of old cars. Wayne's journey from a young boy in his father's garage to a popular figure in the collector car world serves as a proof to the power of passion, loyalty, and consistency. His story is not just about cars, it is about following one's interest and turning it into a lifelong dream. Wayne's importance in the car world will always be felt. He has not only repaired countless cars to their past glory, but has also played an important role in keeping the history of old cars alive for future generations. His works have left a lasting mark in the industry, and his loyalty serves as a strength to would-be repairers, collectors, and car lovers alike. In the end, Wayne Carini's journey is more than just a story of success. It is a testament to the power of hard work, passion, and an unwavering commitment to excellence in the world of classic automobiles. His influence, through chasing classic cars and beyond, ensures that the legacy of these magnificent vehicles will continue to be celebrated for many years to come. The journey to hosting the show, Chasing Classic Cars. Wayne Carini's lifelong dedication to classic automobiles and restoration led him to create a show that celebrated the beauty and history of rare cars. His passion and expertise shaped Chasing Classic Cars into an authentic experience for enthusiasts. But what made these classic automobiles so special, and why did preserving them become Wayne's mission? Keep watching for more. The growing success for Chasing Classic Cars. Vintage cars of rare style have long been highly valued by experts. It represents not just vehicles, but pieces of car history. Jim and Wayne, knowing the high importance of these old cars, made it their main mission to keep their unique style. They understood that each vehicle had its own intricate story to tell, and their dedicated efforts ensured that these invaluable stories were not lost to the passage of time. Wayne adopted a distinctive and unconventional approach by insisting on not previewing the automobiles before they were showcased on television. This bold move added an element of taste and realness to the show, which sits deeply with viewers who honestly loved seeing his raw and true reactions. As a result, the program became more engaging, and a lot of viewers could relate to it, allowing the audience to feel as though they were seeing Wayne's journey alongside him in real time. After properly checking each car, Wayne always asked for a brief yet exciting drive around the property to check its condition and performance even more. This proper, hands-on approach made him make more informed and proper decisions regarding the future of the car. Once the car is brought back to Wayne's shop, it will go through a serious and deep check, followed by maintenance, to ensure it was repaired to the best condition. The decision to either sell the car for a profit or add it to Wayne's high personal collection was never taken lightly, as each car was seen as a piece of car history that cannot be replaced. Wayne fully accepted the duty of keeping these priceless treasures, which serves as evidence by his large and carefully planned personal collection. Chasing Classic Cars became a staple for car lovers across the globe, known for its straightforward idea and loyalty to being unique. The team played a huge role, especially the presence of Roger Barr. The show's amazing showtime was for 17 remarkable seasons over an impressive 13 years, with the main point of the program staying the same regardless of changes that could not be avoided in episode count. Unlike other programs that relied seriously on emotionally charged character moments or deep, over-dramatized plots, Chasing Classic Cars focused solely on celebrating the beauty and masterful skills of old cars that cannot be denied. The 17th season, which contained only 5 episodes, served as a testament to the show's ability to change and move with the changing times while still staying true to its deeply rooted foundation. It was a show carefully designed for true car lovers who carried a real appreciation for the art, structure, and history behind each old car used. Roger Barr's departure and controversy, and Wayne's passion for classic cars and commitment to authenticity made Chasing Classic Cars a beloved show among enthusiasts. However, behind the scenes, not everything was as smooth as the carefully restored automobiles. As the show gained popularity, unexpected challenges arose, none more shocking than the sudden departure of Roger Barr. What really happened to Roger, and why did his exit spark controversy among fans? Let's find out. Roger Barr's departure and the controversy surrounding the show. The continuation of Chasing Classic Cars for a second season was first brought to the open in secret, which excited viewers and led to a lot of talks about the show's future. When Roger Barr, an important and loved character in the program, left, serious questions about the show were raised. Following the conclusion of the 14th season in 2019, Roger ceased appearing on the show. Given that he was 83 years old at the time, many devoted fans assumed the worst had occurred. However, contrary to rampant speculation, Roger was very much alive and in good spirits. Roger's absence from F40 Motorsports and Chasing Classic Cars that was not explained was finally linked to ongoing and serious health worries. He repeatedly talked about these worries in a brief yet open public appearance, where he revealed that he had suffered a severe workplace accident involving his leg. The exact nature and circumstances of the accident remain undisclosed, but reliable sources indicate that it transpired on the premises of F40 Motorsports in 2017. Despite the undeniable severity of his injury, Roger remarkably continued to work at the garage and appear on the show for an additional 2 years. Reports suggest that Roger initially took time off in 2017 to recover from his injury, but made a determined return to work in November of that same year. Unfortunately, he re-injured his leg just months later, and by 2019, the injury had developed into a far more severe bacterial infection, ultimately necessitating his hospitalization and subsequent departure from the show. But what made these classic automobiles so special, and why did preserving them become Wayne's mission? Keep watching for more. The growing success for chasing classic cars. Vintage cars of rare style have long been highly valued by experts. It represents not just vehicles, but pieces of car history. Jim and Wayne, knowing the high importance of these old cars, made it their main mission to keep their unique style. They understood that each vehicle had its own intricate story to tell, and their dedicated efforts ensured that these invaluable stories were not lost to the passage of time. Wayne adopted a distinctive and unconventional approach by insisting on not previewing the automobiles before they were showcased on television. This bold move added an element of taste and realness to the show, which sits deeply with viewers who honestly loved seeing his raw and true reactions. As a result, the program became more engaging, and a lot of viewers could relate to it, allowing the audience to feel as though they were seeing Wayne's journey alongside him in real time. After properly checking each car, Wayne always asked for a brief yet exciting drive around the property to check its condition and performance even more. This proper, hands-on approach made him make more informed and proper decisions regarding the future of the car. Once the car is brought back to Wayne's shop, it will go through a serious and deep check, followed by maintenance, to ensure it was repaired to the best condition. The decision to either sell the car for a profit or add it to Wayne's high personal collection was never taken lightly, as each car was seen as a piece of car history that cannot be replaced. Wayne fully accepted the duty of keeping these priceless treasures, which serves as evidence by his large and carefully planned personal collection. Chasing classic cars became a staple for car lovers across the globe, known for its straightforward idea and loyalty to being unique. The team played a huge role, especially the presence of Roger Barr. The show's amazing showtime was for 17 remarkable seasons over an impressive 13 years, with the main point of the program staying the same regardless of changes that could not be avoided in episode count. Unlike other programs that relied seriously on emotionally charged character moments or deep, over-dramatized plots, Chasing Classic Cars focused solely on celebrating the beauty and masterful skills of old cars that cannot be denied. The 17th season, which contained only 5 episodes, served as a testament to the show's ability to change and move with the changing times while still staying true to its deeply rooted foundation. It was a show carefully designed for true car lovers who carried a real appreciation for the art, structure, and history behind each old car used. Roger Barr's departure and controversy, and Wayne's passion for classic cars and commitment to authenticity made Chasing Classic Cars a beloved show among enthusiasts. However, behind the scenes, not everything was as smooth as the carefully restored automobiles. As the show gained popularity, unexpected challenges arose, none more shocking than the sudden departure of Roger Barr. What really happened to Roger, and why did his exit spark controversy among fans? Let's find out. Roger Barr's departure and the controversy surrounding the show. The continuation of Chasing Classic Cars for a second season was first brought to the open in secret, which excited viewers and led to a lot of talks about the show's future. When Roger Barr, an important and loved character in the program, left, serious questions about the show were raised. Following the conclusion of the 14th season in 2019, Roger ceased appearing on the show. Given that he was 83 years old at the time, many devoted fans assumed the worst had occurred. However, contrary to rampant speculation, Roger was very much alive and in good spirits. Roger's absence from F40 Motorsports and chasing classic cars that was not explained was finally linked to ongoing and serious health worries. He repeatedly talked about these worries in a brief yet open public appearance, where he revealed that he had suffered a severe workplace accident involving his leg. The exact nature and circumstances of the accident remain undisclosed, but reliable sources indicate that it transpired on the premises of F40 Motorsports in 2017. Despite the undeniable severity of his injury, Roger remarkably continued to work at the garage and appear on the show for an additional 2 years. Reports suggest that Roger initially took time off in 2017 to recover from his injury, but made a determined return to work in November of that same year. Unfortunately, he re-injured his leg just months later, and by 2019, the injury had developed into a far more severe bacterial infection, ultimately necessitating his hospitalization and subsequent departure from the show. Financially, Roger bore the overwhelming burden of his mounting medical expenses during his numerous hospital visits. Neither Wayne, F40 Motorsports, nor Chasing Classic Cars provided any form of financial assistance to cover his medical bills. Despite this undeniable hardship, Roger's relentless passion for his work remained entirely undeterred. Once he regained his health, he expressed his earnest desire to return to the garage, but was ultimately denied his job back. As a result, he was effectively removed from the show and seemingly left behind by the crew, as if he had never been a part of it. As the controversy surrounding Roger's sudden exit continued to grow, it also gained serious traffic on social media. A lot of observers tried to deny the accusation against Wayne, his business, and the show by citing Roger's alleged net worth. At the time, Roger was believed by a lot of people to have about $1.3 million from his amazing 12-year time with Chasing Classic Cars. This rumor hinted that he was financially able and fully able to cover his own medical expenses without any help. However, in a totally turn of events, Roger took to his official Facebook account to seriously deny these widely spread claims. His direct statements were opposite of the trending rumor about his financial capacity, making the heated talk about his sudden departure from the show grow even more. This revelation cast a significant shadow over the legacy of Chasing Classic Cars and raised a multitude of pressing questions about how key figures were truly treated behind the scenes. There is no doubt that Wayne Carini is a legend in the car industry. However, how did such a legend begin his journey? Let's find out. Wayne Carini's early life and career beginnings. Wayne Carini, born on October 13, 1951, in Portland, USA, has had an interesting journey into the world of classic cars. His father owned a car restoration business in Glastonbury, Connecticut, where Wayne spent his childhood. He was always around cars, attending car shows and spending time at his father's shop. It was during these early years that Wayne developed a love for automobiles. At just 9 years old, he got the chance to drive a 1960 Ferrari 250 SB, which made him fall even deeper in love with cars. Wayne started working at his father's shop, sweeping floors for $5 a week. Over time, he learned the trade and began working on high-end cars like Lincoln Packards and Duesenbergs. This experience helped him develop the skills that would shape his future. Through these, Wayne began his own businesses. Wayne Carini has owned and run several successful businesses like Continental Auto, which specializes in fixing high-end cars, while Carini Carrozzeria focuses on restoring classic cars. F40 Motorsports buys and sells vintage vehicles. Over time, Wayne earned a reputation as an expert in these fields, and his name became well known in the automotive world. Although Wayne's success in the automotive business was clear, his rise to television fame was not something he planned. Producers read about his work in the New York Times and saw the opportunity to make a TV show. This led to the creation of Chasing Classic Cars, which premiered in 2008. The show gave viewers a behind-the-scenes look at Wayne's restoration projects and helped him gain international fame. His expertise and likable personality made the show a success, and Wayne became known as one of the best car restorers in the world. Throughout chasing classic cars, Wayne has worked on rare and valuable cars, which only increased his fame. One of the most notable projects was the restoration of a 1957 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing, which Wayne sold for $790,000. He also worked on a red Volvo P1800 that held a Guinness World Record for the most miles ever driven, 3.2 million miles. These remarkable cars and their stories made Wayne even more respected in the automotive community. In addition to his work on chasing classic cars, Wayne has appeared on other TV programs, like Overhaulin' and a special called Monterey Week, which aired on Discovery's HD channel. On Monterey Week, Wayne gave an inside look at the famous Monterey Car Week, where luxury cars are auctioned, and he served as one of the event's judges. Now that we've explored Wayne Carini's early life and career beginnings, how did his passion for cars and growing success lead to the incredible collection and lifestyle he enjoys today? Keep watching to learn more. Wayne Carini's car collection, personal life, and legacy. With a net worth of over $20 million, Wayne Carini has enjoyed a life of success and luxury. Most of his wealth comes from buying and selling classic cars and his TV work, but his love of collecting rare cars has also contributed. One of the rare cars in Wayne's collection is a 1953 Hudson Italia, which he first saw when he was 16 years old. This car, which happens to be one of the only 26 ever made, caught Wayne's interest with rare and unusual cars. The Hudson Italia was ahead of its time. It carried a built-in radio and air conditioning, which was rare for a car in the 1950s. To add to this Hudson Italia, Wayne owns other cars that are impressive, which includes a 1967 Ford GT40. This car, which was driven by racing legends like George Fulmer and Jack Brabham, is one of the most powerful in Wayne's collection. He also owns a 1949 Buick convertible, which was featured in the movie Rain Man, along with a lot of classic Ferraris, such as a 275 GTB and a 330 GTC. Wayne's collection also includes a 1972 Porsche 911 Coupe and a 1986 Mercedes-Benz 560 SL Roadster, among others. Wayne's collection of cars is a tribute to his love for vintage automobiles and the history of car design. He also has a special place for two identical 1931 Stutz Bearcats, a rare pre-World War II American sports car. Wayne found and purchased both of these cars from a dealer in Georgia, adding them to his collection. While all of his cars are important to him, Wayne's all-time favorite is the Ferrari 250 SB, a car he first drove at the age of 9. Outside of cars, Wayne enjoys traveling and meeting other car lovers from around the world. He has been happily married for nearly 4 decades and has 2 daughters and a grandson who shares his passion for cars. Wayne's family lives on a farm in rural Connecticut, where Wayne has started a new project, Carini Vineyards. At the vineyard, Wayne makes wine and hosts charity events. One of Wayne's daughters, Kimberly, was diagnosed with autism at a young age, which has led the family to focus on supporting autism-related charities. Wayne even sold off one of his cars to raise money for Autism Speaks, a charity aimed to help those affected by autism. Wayne Carini's life is a combination of hard work, passion, and giving. Through his expertise in car repairs, his love for collecting rare cars, and his humanitarian efforts, Wayne has become a well-respected figure in the car world. His career and personal life shows his deep loyalty to keeping the history of cars and helping others, making him an important figure both in the car industry and in the world of charity. What do you think about the issues Wayne Carini faced? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.